Hello and welcome back to Train Sim World 2. We are in Waterloo and we are just about to leave to do the Zone 1 scenario. So last time, in the last video, I was doing my first impressions. I have driven this a little bit, but I was doing my first impressions of this particular title. What I thought so far? Well, I like the graphics, for example. I really do like the sounds. But one of the things I did pull up, as you can see in front of me, is these tunnels are wrong. Anyway, continuing on with this video, I'm going to be looking at doing this scenario. We're going to finish off this scenario and see what it brings us. So make sure you stay tuned to see me, hopefully, not plough straight through the embankment. I am going through maximum acceleration now in parallel. I really do like doing this. Although that's being said, 25 miles per hour unfortunately is the maximum speed. I know that these trains can get up to about 50, I think. There's 30. I have to say the start-stop nature of this is much better than just doing a long run without anything. And I would like to see the entire tube network properly done. Also, I would very much like real adverts. Real adverts would be awesome, you know, for car manufacturers or anything like that. That would genuinely be awesome. As we stop the train in the embankment. Where is my train? That is the other question. I have no idea. How do I go to an outside view? Okay, apparently I cannot. Ooh, there's a mind the gap. It's not the mind the gap person though. Oh. Next stop, Charing Cross. Change here for National Rail Services and whatever else goes through there. Northern Line? Northern Line goes through there. Central Line? Maybe. I might do that, in fact. I'm going to do, not in this video, but the next one I do, I'm going to do the announcements if the Annunciator doesn't. Does the Annunciator work? No, you cannot actually click anything here. That is annoying. Yeah, I actually cannot click anything on this Annunciator. That is really annoying. I'd love to see an IKEA adverts here. That would be awesome as well. I really want to see realistic adverts if that is possible in any which way. The stations look awesome in and of themselves. You can see as I'm going through them, they do look really well done. It is just there's some things that are not great. So you can see that the station looks awesome as we were going through it. PA, oh, what's this? PA cab to cab assist train test. Where is that? It must be these. Left hand. Oh, it's just picking that up, which you cannot. Here we go. Next stop, Piccadilly Circus. Change here for the Piccadilly Line. Okay, I'm not going to do that in this video. I'll do it in the next one. I am actually genuinely disappointed about the tunnels and the Annunciator. Those are two things. I know it's silly, but I am very disappointed about that. I'm very happy about the sounds though. Overall, the sounds of the train. Those are really nice. Physics-wise, I feel like the train has a little less friction than I would have thought. The whistle is pretty correct. That is the whistle that these 72 stock trains would have. So that is great. I've not been on a 72 stop train in a very long time. We are on an uphill gradient now. And into Piccadilly Circus we come. Platform 1, Queen's Park, that is good. I like that. It's telling us what the train is and where it is headed. So that's well done. Ah, here we go, Piccadilly. So you can see here. If you were to go to Piccadilly for real, from the outside, which I cannot do, unlock the doors. Why can I not do an exterior view? I can do this one. That doesn't do much right. That is not correct. That looks like metal beams everywhere. That isn't. That is not what the London Underground has. It's concrete. It's supposed to be concrete. Concrete arches. That is what they are supposed to be. And it is. I know maybe it's a silly little thing, but that is important to me. For an experience of immersion, that is important. Having sometimes the yellow pipe. I've not seen a single yellow pipe. There's sometimes these yellow pipes that travel along here. I've not seen a single one of those. And I do not mind the fact that it is fairly clean. The rails are clean. And not, everything seems to be cleaner than perhaps it would be on the underground. But just the fact that this should be shiny, that should be pretty shiny as well. It is somewhat shiny in places, look. I'm using the little cursor to point everything out now. Sounds all good. Such a shame about the Annunciator. Such a shame about the Annunciator. Up to Oxford Circus, we are now climbing, as I said. So we are moving, we are still a deep level tube, but we are moving upwards, and I think it is actually at Queen's Park that we come out of the ground. I think it's Queen's Park we come out of the ground. Oxford Circus, here we go. Very clean station here, very, very clean. I can hear another train perhaps on another platform. The stations themselves are pretty realistic, although I'm not sure someone would write Oxford just like that. I do not think they would have that written just there. Plus, you can see that these are just cutting through, so they haven't bothered doing the edges. So what they've done is they've done one across there and then just stuck another piece in, which I guess if I'm nitpicking, I'm going to pick up on that. Someone else might, they might not. Next stop, Regent's Park. I'm going to try and ignore the tunnels, but it is really, really hard when they're so wrong. The track itself seems to be fairly accurate. The actual track layout and where we're headed. The stations are obviously in the right order. But let me do this. Oh yeah, that's fairly accurate. I think we're headed out here. That is fairly accurate. We are going downhill again. Not too much. Suddenly quite loud. Why was it suddenly really loud around that corner? I suppose it was just the bogies pushing against. It is, yeah. It's just pushing against the rail itself. There we go. We are leveling out right there, so we are higher up than we were earlier, which is good. because otherwise we're going to have quite a long way to climb out. Let's put some power down, go into parallel. And then we will hit the brakes. We'll reduce the throttle a bit. Let's see where we can hit the brakes for this. I'm thinking that's now. Let's see what happens. Just going to leave it in rear 1. So we come out at 20 miles per hour out of. That isn't too bad. That is not too bad. Stay away from the yellow line. Stay away from the yellow line. I do not want a 1 under on my first day. Now Regent's Park has done better. Look at that. It might just be how it's just happened to pan out, but Regent's Park and then it stops. That is much, much better. Although again, that line that there is not. Okay, thank you. There's another train on another platform. Next one, Baker Street, part of where the Bakerloo Line gets its name from, the other parts being of course Waterloo. So Bakerloo, Baker Street and Waterloo. Put this into parallel and let's see where we go. You can see that there is that slight amount of lag before it kicks in. I do like that. Before the motors kick in. Not too far for Baker Street. Baker Street and Regent's Park are, of course, I'm just imagining the roads above us right now, exactly where they are. I know roughly where we're headed. This is Baker Street. I've got to practice that. This is Baker Street. Exits here. Is it Madame Tussauds? I think Madame Tussauds could be this one. I really like the entrance into Baker Street. It's like a roller coaster. You throw it left, then you throw it right. I very much like the entrance into Baker Street on the Bakerloo Line. Brilliant one. We'll just stop here. Open up. Now you can see we have 35 miles per hour that way, 10 miles per hour that way. I'm not sure if that 10 miles per hour in that direction is used so much anymore. I think the Jubilee line is somewhere around here. I'm not 100% sure. That might be a line going to the Jubilee line. Maybe not. No, it probably is not. It's probably to a depot. Oop. That was an area of nothing. No electricity in that area. You just saw that even though it was in full power, there was nothing. Dead zone. I've forgotten what they call that. I've forgotten what they call those electrical areas. They don't call them dead zones. They call them. Oh, I cannot remember. I cannot remember at all what this is. And here we go. I think there's a bunch of depots and things. Again, really like the Queen's Park. We're at Marylebone now. Apparently, I hit the brakes a little bit too hard there. Physics do feel okay. Physics do feel okay. Power is also fairly alright. The movement is not. I'm not too keen on the movement. Is that all you're going to say? Where is the, this is Marylebone. This is a Bakerloo Line service to Queen's Park. That already is my biggest disappointment. That is what is one of the key things of the London Underground. That and the whole, where's the Mind the Gap guy? That person, he's really important on the London Underground too. And I do wonder if we are going to see any trains along the what is it? The main line, the West Coast main line that runs alongside. So this will join on with the London Underground and the West Coast main line. West Coast main line. It won't join onto it. It will run alongside it. I wonder if there are any West Coast main line trains that will be there. I haven't seen any yet, but that was just a short. Me doing it for a short period of time, so you never know, there might be. Dovetail, if you are watching this, I really like the sounds, I really like your stations. Give us modding options to put our own images up, not images, posters. Those would be awesome. You know, I could put some West End ones up or something like that. That would be really cool, so I'd like that to be an option. Also, please change your tunnels. They are wrong. They are really wrong, and they are annoying me. And can someone tell me what's happened with the Annunciator? Is that such a key part of the London Underground that the Annunciator's gone? Next stop, Paddington. Off we go. Paddington is not too far away from Edgware Road. Should be there in merely a few seconds, but then again, this is the tube. Everything is merely a few seconds. I think after Paddington we've got Warwick Avenue, Maida Vale and Kilburn Park, and I think the last one after that will be Queen's Park. There is an upcoming 20 coming up, but I'm going to break for that at about here. That signal, when I see that signal, that is probably a good place to break for the 20. There we go. Down to about 20. Should just see the 20 sign. There it is. So as you're coming around that corner, 3 signals. On the 3rd signal you want to break for the 20. And now you know the reason for the 20. This particular corner is the reason for the 20 as we come into London Paddington. Change here for the Circle and District line, Hammersmith and City as well, and National Rail services. Open up, and then straight back into the tunnels for Warwick Avenue. Once we close the doors, we'll do a whistle this time as well. Let's do a little whistle. Just one of the whistles. Which one? Well, I'll just pick one. That's one. There you go. That is the whistle. That is a tube whistle, so I'm happy about that. No complaints there. Stick that into series. I want to see the entire London Underground. The entire network. All of it. Piccadilly Line, Central Line. Do the Docklands Light Railway. London Overground. Circle Line, District Line, Hammersmith and City. Metropolitan Line. That would be a good one. Do the Metropolitan Line as well. Which other lines? There's so many lines. Which ones am I missing? Am I missing any? I'm not sure. Circle Line, Jubilee Line, District Line, Central Line, Piccadilly Line, Metropolitan Line, Bakerloo Line, Waterloo and City Line? That's really short. Do not do the Waterloo and City Line. That's just silly. Oh, I guess you could, and then have it... If all of them were one, that would be awesome, and you jump from tube to tube and just travel the railways. That would be one of the coolest things ever. I'd like to see that. And onto the brakes once again. I think I can hit the brakes a little bit later. I do think I can hit the brakes a little bit later. This is Warwick Avenue. Or Little Venice. Should say on something. There it is, Warwick Avenue, Little Venice. Exit here for Little Venice. Right. Lock that. Please mind the gap between the... Oh, there's no gap on these, is there? Deep line tube, there is no gap. Maida Vale, what would it be? This is a Bakerloo Line service to Queen's Park. Something like that. Hopefully everybody's enjoying my first impressions, my first real try at this. Giving it a go, seeing what we have, what is available. I do like some things of it so far, and then there are other things that are annoying me, especially when it comes to the London Underground. It's important to get this right. This is such a rich part of London's history. It is really important to get this right, and when you do not, it is disappointing. For example, the tunnels. There's a reason the tunnels are the way they are, with the concrete archways. That is how the deep level tunnels were built. They were bored out, and then these archways were placed to keep the tunnels from collapsing. That was the design of the tunnel, not this. This was not the design at all. And I think it can still be fixed. It can be done. It certainly can be done. And we come into Maida Vale. Slowing ourselves down. I could be one of those tube drivers that does comes in at full pelt and then slams on the brakes. That's always great. Anybody who's inside the tube, if you're standing and you're not prepared, you will go flying. I'm going to do that at the next station. At Kilburn Park, I'm going to do that. Right, let's see. Lock doors. Oh, I can hear another train coming in. Right, 700 yards to really put my foot down for Kilburn Park, and then I'm going to slam on the brakes. Come on, come on, come on. So, yeah, what are my thoughts? I really like the new HUD. I think I've been speaking a little bit about this. This is really nice. I like it. Makes it look very Transport for London style, actually. I think they've done that intentionally. That's each one has its own style, and they have done that with this, and I do very much like it. It is really, really quite well done. So I am impressed with that, and of course the visuals inside are awesome as always. I wonder how to switch those lights on. I did not want to do that. Right, and in we come. There we are. Step 2 brake, rear 2. Oh wow, that really slows down quite quick. Are they really that strong? I didn't think the brakes were quite as strong as that. Maybe they are. I'll have to find out. I'm not going to question the brakes or anything like that. I have not had enough experience driving a Bakerloo Line train to be able to do that. I do know that the C-stock trains for the Circle Line were not quite as strong as this. That is for sure. but maybe these ones are. I do have to draw parallels on this to the London Underground Simulator, World of Subways 3, which came out some years ago, because I will be honest, that's got the Circle Line 100% correct. Every single bit of it, including the Annunciator, and that is why I am disappointed with that. And the tunnels were bang on correct. Everything was perfectly correct on that. That is the one disappointment in this. And here we go, we are now on our way out. I'm just going to ease off and let the train slow down because there is a 15-mile-per-hour speed limit coming up just at the top of this. Sometimes you get stuck here, you have to stop here. But the 15-mile-per-hour speed limit is here somewhere. Where's the sign for it? Oh, we're already in it apparently. And this is Queen's Park. Here we go. This is now National Rail, I believe. These are National Railway tracks. Oh, Network Rail, not National Rail. Network Rail tracks. So those are Transport for London Underground tracks. These are Network Rail tracks. So you're going to see normal signalling here now, as opposed to the London Underground signals. And there we go. We just pop down there and that should be it. Unlock the doors. That is the end of this one. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Train Sim World 2 to continue my first impressions. I'm going to do a little bit more than this. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. Don't forget to support me on Patreon, www.patreon.com/ecgadget. Your supports would be massively appreciated. It would really help me out. I'm not saying that this is horrible, because it isn't. It is good. It is really good, but there are things that are annoying me about that. And in the next video, if you want to see potentially probably 2 videos of me doing the announcements for the London Underground myself whilst driving the train, make sure you stay tuned. I'll see you then.